Hey, we are live from Bahia, Mississippi. Man, my name's Ashley, and this is Jeff Maynard, not Mark Lambert.
That's right.
But he gonna fill in just fine. Man, he just handed me something real quick right before we went on the air, and he said, "Have you ever had a deep fried
Brussels sprout?"
Brussels sprout?" And I was like, "No." He said, "It'll change your life." It kind of did.
Yep.
I can't lie to you. It kind of did all right. We got the chat open. Y'all come on and watch us. We got some good things going on. We got the our wild game show tonight.
That's right.
We're going to start out with what we got right here, and then we'll tell other people about what we got going on. Tell them what you did to this.
All right. So this is deer pastrami, and it is made like the real pastrami, like in New York. So you basically put this in a brine that has some sea salt, some vinegar, sugar, whole peppercorns, and juniper berries.
Yeah.
And you brine it for 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yes, sir. 3 weeks in the refrigerator. Pull it out. I've also come up with a rub that goes on the outside, but then I put it in the smoker and I smoke it until it gets to about 135 degrees. Pull it off and cool it down. And I want you guys to look at that. This is real deal pastrami.
Hold on. Somebody says they can't hear me.
Can they hear me?
I don't know. Mic's on.
Look at that.
Hey.
Guys. That is real deal pastrami. Now I like to put a little bit of this Bella Batano cheese.
Hey, can somebody hear me? Let's make sure. It's got to be because it's putting up. I can hear you. Thank you. Somebody said it. So let's go. Tell me what you did again. No, I got you. So we brined it for 3 weeks.
Brine it for 3 weeks. Put a little bit of rub on there and put it in the smoker. 135 degrees. Pull it off. Cool it down. And, man, you can slice this sandwiches, eating it like we're fixing to here with a little bit of Bella Batano cheese. And I like this Engelhofer stone ground.
That's pretty good right there.
Mustard.
That works all together, man.
Yep. And that right there is a fantastic bite.
So, deer pastrami.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what part of the deer did you make this out of?
This is some of the hindquarters.
Hindquarter.
Yep.
So, a lot of that meat that a lot of people, you might not know what to do with.
Right.
You know? So,
and what I do is I separate the muscle groups, cut as much of the sinew off as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, put it in the brine, smoke it, and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Now, I freeze it in a back seal bag, and we eat on it all year long.
I have ham cured a hindquarter and, boned it out.
Yep.
And ham cured it that way.
Very similar process.
Yep. What you got on that fryer over there?
All right. So the other thing, one of the other things we're going to have tonight is turkey bites.
Okay.
So this is a recipe that somebody in my duck club gave me probably 12, 13 years ago now. And they said at the time that this was the Chick-fil-A recipe.
Chick-fil-A recipe.
Yep. So what you do is you take the turkey breast, cut it up into bite-sized chunks, put it in equal parts buttermilk and dill pickle juice.
Okay.
Let that sit for anywhere from an hour to 2. Take it out, and then House Autry chicken seasoning.
And you can get that at the K. Roger.
That's the K. Roger. Yep. And
Okay.
it is as close to anything I've ever had to the Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
All right.
So I've got some of those ready to go in. Real quick, and I'll let you take over for a minute.
Okay.
The other thing that we're going to do is duck poppers.
Okay.
So I took the duck breast to add some teal, slit them in half, folded them open, dusted them with some Texas beef, put some cream cheese and some banana peppers in there, wrapped them in bacon, and we're fixing to put those on the grill.
Isn't that funny how that Texas beef is pretty good on anything.
It's good on all kinds of stuff. It really is. And then the final thing we're going to do tonight is just a backstrap steak. And again, all I did was take it out of the package, rubbed it down with some Texas beef, and we're going to cook it to a medium rare, and then we'll bring it over here and slice it up.
Sounds good.
So,
what are we going to do with the Brussels sprouts again?
Brussels sprouts are just cooking right now in a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
And a little bit of sea salt.
Just on the stovetop.
Yep, exactly.
All right, cool. So we're glad to have Maynard here tonight showing us some wild game recipes. Very simple recipes. You know, I think we're going to have another wild game night once it gets into duck season. I know Mark, you know, has a lot of duck recipes and stuff like that. And so I know some of our viewers out there do too. So we're going to be asking y'all, what would y'all like to see as far as some wild game when it gets into that season, more into that season now. Bow season just started in Mississippi not too long ago, right?
Not sure about Mississippi. I know it started in Tennessee.
Tennessee had not too long ago, right?
Yep.
But I think Mississippi's already started too. And tonight's show is brought to you by Highway 51 Apparel. Y'all check out their website at Highway 51 Apparel. And, man, they got some cool hats. Danny Green, and, man, he's got some cool-looking stuff over there. And also it's brought to you by Big Muddy Outdoors, a place very near and dear to my heart. I'm the general manager at Big Muddy Outdoors right here in Olive Branch. And we sell golf carts and side-by-sides and four-wheelers and lawnmowers and barbecue rub, barbecue sauce, and all kind of good stuff. So y'all come see us right here in Olive Branch. But we're thankful for the hats, of course. This is Mark's Big Muddy hat. I don't have one. I think I gave him my last one I had, and I don't have one that. So, Eric, I'm glad you can hear us now. I appreciate you watching, bud. Big Jim Hudgens right there. I want to talk real quick about a contest that's coming up. We'll give a rundown on contest coming up, but contest coming up next week. Not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. I believe that's right. Tell me I'm right. It's Vets and Pets. Let me see where that is. I want to make sure I'm getting it. Where is it? Frank. I know Frank Davis has got it posted on his page. No, Big Jim does. I'm sorry. Okay. Here we are. Vets and Pets.
Poppers going on.
Steak throwdown. You got some poppers going on?
Yes, sir.
That is in
And the turkey
Columbia, Illinois.
are in the fryer.
Turkey is in the fryer. Oh, it's October 15th. Columbia, Illinois. And if you don't know about Vets for Pets and Got Your Six support dogs, it really goes out for them, and it helps get veterans, therapy dogs, and support dogs there. So it's a great cause. Y'all go out and cook that if you can. And Jim Hudgens stepped up and added another $1,000 to that prize, and there's a big old belt and all that kind of stuff. So y'all go out there and support that contest. Hey, Justin West, how you doing, bud? Let's see. This week, me and Mark Lambert are cooking at Boonville, Mississippi, out there with the Burns family there in Boonville. They threw a great contest last year. This will be the second one to benefit Le Bonheur Hospital, and they did a great job with that last year. And They had Ronald and Melissa Burns had a grandson with Clinton Clinton Darby. They had a son that passed away very early on, and just LeBonner. They have a big LeBonner story. So, and I think they raised something like $19,000
Nice.
for LeBonner Hospital last year. So we're gonna do it again. See what we can. And that is this coming up weekend in Boonville.
On the 16th?
No, that's the 9th.
Oh, I'm saying on the 16th.
On the 16th, what you got?
You got Arlington Barbecue Fest.
Arlington Barbecue
and
Fest.
A lot of the big teams in Memphis and elsewhere. That's one of the last big contests.
Big barbecue contest. Yeah.
For the season. So a lot of folks will be doing that. And then the following, two weekends later.
No, the following weekend, we got a contest. We got two contests here.
That's right.
The 23rd and the 24th. There's SCA contests both on Saturday and Sunday. So go to steakcookoffs.com and get signed up for those. And that'd be a good time as always. And then on the 30th, we have South Haven Spring Fest. Will be me and Mark and Dusty and Scott. We'll all be cooking South Haven Spring Fest. And then also we can't forget the Velvet Ditch Classic, which is down in Oxford, is an SCA event. What is that?
Now that is the turkey bites, but don't grab one yet.
Yeah, it'll bite you.
Make a mouth curtain.
Yeah, it'll hurt some things. It'll hurt some things. But yeah, finishing up, there's the Velvet Ditch Classic down there with Holly and Steve. Will be throwing that on, and that ought to be a good time down there in Oxford. And y'all go get signed up for that. Support that. Support that contest. It's very awesome that Oxford is hosting their first SCA contest. So, hey, the chat's open. Mark Lambert says, "Word." Dude, did you get abducted before you left here? I'll call you in a little while and let you know why I say that. It just looked like you got abducted when I walked in the door. All right, so man, it's good to see y'all or have y'all tonight, and man, we're just gonna have a good time. I'm kind of curious. Still warm. While I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna slice me off another piece of this pastrami because it's good. So we got some contests coming up, and can't wait to cook barbecue again with Mark and Scott and Dusty. Also, want to pray for our brother Shane Fickbaum. He's been fighting for his life in the hospital. So say a little prayer for him. He's one of the board members of Steaks for Sheepdogs, and he can just use our prayers right now. And just be with him and his family. And I know he's a good guy, and he's done a lot of great work with Steaks for Sheepdogs. So he needs your support. He's supported a lot of people and done a lot of good things for a lot of people, but he needs your help right now. So,
man, I think you need to go ahead and dig into one of them turkey bites there.
I'm looking at it.
And talk about that sauce there too.
What? Oh, is this going in this?
I believe it needs to.
You believe it needs to?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go to the hibachi restaurant and you get the yum yum sauce, that's what we got right here. So we're gonna try this. Oh.
Still hot?
Yeah, that's still hot. But to say that tastes like a Chick-fil-A chicken nugget, pretty dang close, son.
Yes, sir. And
Something about buttermilk and pickle juice.
Yep.
Just works on poultry.
And if you do it with an actual chicken breast, that not many people are going to be able to tell the difference between that and a Chick-fil-A chicken.
That's pretty
nugget.
strong right there, man. That's real strong.
Yep. And that house archery batter is really the ticket. And I've tried a lot of different flavors.
So house archery chicken batter.
Yep.
Let me see that bag again.
I've tried a lot of different seasoned flours, but that right there is the real deal.
Y'all see that right there? You can get that at your local Kroger's.
That's right.
And man, yeah, that seems real nice.
Like that so far, right?
I like it real good.
Take one of these as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna if you let that cool off a smidge, it's pretty tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the duck poppers are on the grill.
Duck poppers on the grill.
Yep, probably got about another 5 minutes for them.
Okay.
And then we'll do the deer steak last.
All right. So where did have you hunted your whole life?
I have. My dad was a minister.
Yeah.
And we grew up outside of Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
Little town called Montevallo.
Yeah.
And several people in the church had some land. So primarily we would squirrel hunt and rabbit hunt. But every once in a while we'd go to the church he pastored before he went to Alabama, which was in Hohenwald, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And that's where we got to deer hunt. And some of my fondest memories of my dad are him taking me deer hunting on that property, because we'd have to drive, 5 or 6 hours from Birmingham to Hohenwald, get there, kind of.
You was going to drive longer than you was hunting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But, we'd try to leave on a Sunday night after church.
Yeah.
And go over there. We'd hunt maybe Monday, Tuesday, come back, depending on what he had going. Sometimes we'd get off for Christmas. My brother and I would, and he'd take us both over there. But that, like I said, that's some of my fondest memories of my daddy.
Yeah.
So I can still remember the first squirrel I ever shot, though. He gave me a single shot 20 gauge. And we went out one of the church members' farms there in Montevallo. And we sat down next to this tree, and this squirrel come up, and he climbed this tree. It probably wasn't 20 yards in front of us. And he got a nut. He sat on a limb, and Daddy was sitting there behind me, and he pulled that gun up to me. He said, "All right, now aim and pull the trigger."
Yeah.
I did, and I killed the squirrel, and I almost cried when I killed the squirrel.
I understand.
But ever since then, I've been hooked on hunting of one kind or another.
Yeah.
And my son Chandler has gotten that same passion from me.
Yeah.
He's a big duck hunter, and he's actually, last year was his first year to be in my duck club.
Oh, okay.
So he has reached full adulthood. He's
pay your own
22
dues.
years old.
Pay your own dues, right?
So he's reached that full adulthood now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on this real quick.
So, if y'all have any hunting memories or anything like that you'd like to share, I'd be glad to. A lot of that is what he just said. Memories made with our dads and stuff like that. I went hunting a few times with my dad, and I wasn't a sit still kind of guy. Now I probably have the patience for it, but when I was a kid, I didn't. So, but I would probably. Johnny Bateman says, "Me and my wife enjoy the show. How do I get a ticket to join the studio audience?" Man, Johnny, you're welcome anytime. Any Thursday night we're doing the show, you're welcome anytime. Remember,
no ticket required.
No ticket required. You remember growing up as a kid and watching Saturday morning wrestling?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I watched and there's some people that's gonna be able to relate to this. I watched Memphis Studio 5 wrestling when I was a kid. All right, and at the end of the show, they always said for tickets, send a self-addressed stamped envelope
I remember that.
to whatever Union Avenue, and they would just send you tickets, right?
Yep, I remember that.
So I go in
free of charge, by
the way. And I had no idea at the age of 6
right?
what a self-addressed stamped envelope was. But I told my mom I needed one. I said, Mom, I need a self-addressed stamped envelope. She goes, what are you talking about? I said, at the end of wrestling, it says that if I just send them a self-addressed stamped envelope, they will send me tickets to wrestling.
That's right.
So I needed one. So I'm sure somebody else out there heard Lance Russell say that, or Dave Brown at the end of wrestling, that send you a self-addressed stamped envelope and you will get tickets to wrestling. And this is the same kind of thing here. If you send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 113 Average Road, or just show up on Thursday, we'll be fine.
That's right.
So we've always got plenty of food to eat. I don't think any of us are going hungry.
Nope.
Nothing. And I always take food home, and my wife goes, what are you going to do with that? And I go, I'm going to eat it. Those tacos last week, bruh, you missed that.
I know.
I'm telling you. Right after Coco Beware. Exactly, Eric. Exactly. You know, I had a friend that I worked with one time. His name is Eddie Williams. And Eddie Williams might be watching tonight. No, he's in Hawaii. But I was talking to Eddie. We worked at Hibbett Sports together. All right. So we're shutting down. You remember when Hickory Ridge Mall got hit by the tornado? You know what I'm talking about?
I've heard about that.
Okay, and so we had to go shut down the Hibbett Sports and clean it out in the dark and in the wintertime.
Right.
Okay. So we had to clear the store out of the mall in the dark and in the freezing cold. It was snowing.
What's happening, Daniel?
Daniel! Yeah, come on, man. So we cleaned out this store, and I'm sitting there talking to my buddy Eddie, and he goes, we were talking about wrestling and all this and who I liked and all this. He said, well, did you like my Uncle Coco? I said, what? He said, oh, my Uncle Coco. Coco Beware.
Duck bites.
I'm like, your uncle is Coco Beware? I said,
yep.
So you're telling me
he'll grab you some of that.
He was the Birdman, and that's your uncle? And he was like, yeah, man, that's my uncle. We go to Coco's house all the time. Go swimming and all that. I'm like, dude, that's crazy that you're Coco Beware's nephew. He's like, oh, yeah, been in the family for years. He married my aunt. I was like, that's crazy. And I really didn't, but I went to wrestling a lot when I was a kid. But self-addressed stamped envelope, that's how you get into the studio. If you leave the studio hungry, you should get checked for a tapeworm. That's what Jim Hudgens said. Oh, my goodness, man. So tell me what you did.
These are the duck bites.
Hold on, let me take that off of there. There you go.
And so I took, these are teal, and I sliced them in half, folded them over. I didn't cut all the way through them.
Yeah.
Folded them over, seasoned both sides, put banana peppers, cream cheese, wrapped them in bacon, and then I cooked them on a real hot grill.
A real hot grill.
Yep. And they ought to be, if I've done it right, they ought to be about medium when you cut into that duck breast. So we're going to let them rest for just a minute.
All right.
And then we'll cut into one and see if I did it correctly. The Brussels sprout.
Make me pull this strap off my shoulder, brother. I can tell my man Eric was a Saturday morning wrestling watching dude. he was probably, suplexing a pillow right there in his living
Right.
room. You know what I'm saying?
Jumping off the couch.
Yeah,
right?
jumping off the couch. You ain't ever suplexed no pillow.
That's
You
right.
ain't in it.
So the Brussels sprouts got a little more dark than I wanted.
Dude,
but they still
that's what
taste
I
pretty
like,
good.
man.
Yep. That char on those.
I love, Brussels sprouts are it, man.
Yep. So
I like that. I like that a lot. Man, those duck poppers look good. Now, what'd you do in the inside of that?
cream cheese and banana peppers.
Cream
A lot
cheese.
of people do jalapenos. I like the flavor. It doesn't matter as far as the heat.
Yeah.
But the flavor of the banana pepper, to me, that little briny, more briny than a jalapeno.
Yeah.
That's what I like inside of them. Now, here's the funny thing. So I'm in a duck club with 11 other guys.
Uh-huh.
And
Turkey pie.
everybody's kind of got their own idea of how the duck bites ought to be made. And my good buddy Paul Morris, he has gone completely away from any jalapenos because he doesn't like jalapenos. And he does not ever put cream cheese in his. He's gone to some kind of harder cheese, like a pepper jack,
Okay.
or a Colby Jack, or a cheddar,
Okay.
or something like that. So he makes them the same way, and we all say that Paul in our duck club cooks the best duck
So
bites.
no pepper, but he puts a harder cheese in
Right,
there.
exactly.
Well, if you think about it, it won't run as much.
Exactly. I just like the flavor of the cream cheese.
Sure.
So,
But if you took that cream cheese and mixed it with some shredded cheddar, it might hold up a little bit better.
didn't think about that. That's a good
Yeah.
idea too.
See?
Yep.
Always innovate, overcome.
All right, so we're gonna take one of these off.
Please. Gary says, strap down, chain out, fireball coming out.
All right.
Yeah, Gary was one of those.
So I want you to look.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
That's cooked just about perfectly. It's a little bit over, but that might have been one on the hotter spot, but they're pretty doggone close to what they need to be. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do what a duck popper is designed to be done, which is pop it in your mouth.
Okay. Whew.
That's Bing Bong right there. Daniel?
Bing bong, play an hour-long game of ping pong.
That's right.
Wow. That's good, man. That's real nice.
Get you that.
Go ahead and get you one of them turkey
I'm back.
bites while you're there.
I was going to say, get you a couple of them.
Hey, get you
Here,
some of that
take some
yum.
of that
Yeah,
sauce.
get you some of that yum
Yep.
yum. Yeah.
All right, so last thing we're going to do for our wild game is do the deer steak.
Yeah.
And I closed the lid on the grill, got it good hot again. So I'm going to go sear it off, and I'll be back with it in a minute.
All right. Sounds good. What'd you put on these Brussels sprouts?
That is actually my own chicken seasoning.
Okay.
As you know, my barbecue name is Lightning.
Yeah.
And so that's my Lightning chicken seasoning.
Lightning chicken seasoning.
Yep. And it goes well on all kinds of stuff, but
That's pretty
Brussels
solid
sprouts,
right there,
yeah.
bro.
I also like it on broccoli and asparagus
Yeah.
as well.
I'm a big fan of that. You could have chopped some bacon in there, and I wouldn't have been mad at it at all.
Right.
I love bacon and broccoli and Brussels
together.
sprouts. Yeah.
Yep.
I was about
I
to
do
say
too.
broccoli sprouts.
I do as well.
All right. So if we stop talking about food, it looks like we got some conversation started on wrestling. So if this food show never, works out,
Right.
then we can talk about Memphis wrestling for an hour, which I'm okay too. I can be pretty well versed in that. I probably know more about that than I do food. Those turkey bites are on point. Huh? Yeah, the duck poppers are pretty tasty. But I'm a big fan of the Jesus chicken, you know, Chick-fil-A. And that tastes a lot like Chick-fil-A. So, all right, what else is going on? Man, what's your favorite like wildlife recipe? Bacon wrapped turkey bite.
Sounds pretty good too.
I mean, you added bacon to it. Can't be bad. I got a cousin absolutely loves turkey hunting. I mean, he goes across the country to turkey hunt. I mean, he's been to South Dakota. He's been to Oklahoma. He's been to Nebraska. I mean,
I have too.
Turkey hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude loves them. He films all his hunt. I mean, seriously. He kills some big birds now.
Mark and I went 2 years ago to Oklahoma to Broken Bow Lake.
Yeah.
Hiked up from that lake, man, and it's beautiful over there.
That's his neighborhood, ain't it?
It is. That's where he grew up. Yep.
Yeah, he from around there.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, you took the yum sauce, huh? Need to get some of that. All right. All right. So, Eric Hodson from Boar's Night Out, our good friend, he had, yeah, you got to fill that plate up.
Yep, whatever you want, grab it.
So, he had been talking to me.
This is more turkey bites.
He had been talking to me about wanting to do this show. And from Kit Kats from around the world, have you seen this?
I have not.
All right, so it was inspired by our good friend Joe Wilson, who put out a live video that had this box of Kit Kats from like China or somewhere. Yeah, get the man a fork.
That's right.
From like China. So, and Eric is trying to work on that box of Kit Kats, and so we can come here and taste. And it'll be brought to you by White Lightning and Midwest Dust and all that.
Right.
And the guys at Boar's Night Out. But he is working on that box of Kit Kats. And he just said,
me.
yeah, I'm a Kit Kat guy. But stuff from around the world just fascinates.
Yep.
The flavors, the matcha teas and stuff like that. We watched definitely watched some YouTube channels. There's a guy named Mikey Chin that we watch a good bit. And he does a lot of those Korean candies and, you know, stuff from in Asia, different candies. And then there's another website, YouTube page we watch called Dancing Bacon. It's also good. They do a lot of like vending machines and 7-Elevens in Singapore and places like that. Hong Kong, and they go to like Burger King and, you know, somewhere, you know, in Hong Kong or
right.
And let you see the different flavors of like sandwiches that we don't get, you know.
Have you ever been to the Coca-Cola factory
World in Atlanta?
Atlanta?
Yeah. Yeah.
They've
and all the flavors of all
they've got all the Coke products that are sold all over the world. And you know, what we don't understand is the flavor profiles in other parts of the world are so very different from what we have here in the United States.
Yeah.
I can remember one. I can't remember if it was from South Africa or somewhere, but it was a ginger something.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that. Yeah.
But it had no sweetness to it at all.
It wasn't like ginger ale.
Right.
It wasn't like that at all.
It had no.
So that's what your thoughts were.
Exactly.
That's what your thoughts like. Oh,
and you tasted that, and you're like, "Oh no, I don't want a Coke or a Coke product like that." So,
exactly.
But yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, if you ever watch some YouTube channels, watch. We watch Chopstick Travels. This young couple, goes through and they eat show foods and cultures of different places, and they've been going through Mexico, and they just did barbacoa, like down in a pit and all that, man. And these people lined up. They just heard that this family was cooking barbacoa. They don't do it all the time. They just heard that these people were cooking barbacoa and they were going to sell it. And they just showed up. And it was like lines, like out the thing.
That's awesome.
Eric said yellow teeth. Look up yellow teeth on YouTube. I thought he was trying to tell me something, but it was
yellow teeth on YouTube.
Yeah. He said, John Green says, go to Avery Island, Louisiana, and try Tabasco ice cream.
I have actually heard about that.
Really?
I've never tried it, but I've heard about it.
I've never tried that. And
I got a couple of buddies that live in Louisiana, and one of the two of them mentioned it to me sometime in the past.
Do you know Danny Montgomery? You know what I'm talking about? Big D's?
Yeah.
Danny Montgomery?
Yeah.
All right. He put barbecue sauce on his ice cream. He says once you do that, I mean,
I'm not sure I'd like that, but hey.
I mean,
if he does, that's okay, right?
To each his own, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
My ex-wife, Chandler's mom, used to put strawberry jelly on top of a grilled cheese.
Wow.
Well, here's the funny thing. So she was doing this before I met her.
Mm-hmm.
Once we got married, she tried to get me to try it like that.
Oh.
And I probably went 2 years before I tried it. And once I did, I was like, you know what? That's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, Eric said, no, it's a food show by the same Chinese guy. Oh, Mikey Chen. I think so. I think that's what we're talking about. Yellow teeth.
Go check this.
Hey, Joe Wilson had a question today on Facebook. I don't know if anybody saw this. He said, all right, talking about buffets, what's the weirdest combination you've ever had on a buffet plate that you wouldn't eat that together if you was at home? It was a great question. It was like
a great question.
It made you think about it.
When you get to that line, you're thinking, yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that looks good. And I want some of that.
And it might be.
Yeah, I want crab legs and black-eyed peas. Right. I mean, but I wouldn't eat that together at home. So ponder that. Somebody has an answer to that. Let me know. And he also said, what's also the nastiest buffet story you got? But I won't necessarily get into that. But what's the weirdest combinations of things you've had on your plate, or something you would do at a buffet that you wouldn't do at home? And I guess it would be to pile that much food on one plate, even though you can go up there as much as you want to. Right?
That's right.
Like, somehow
you got to have sideboards on the plate.
You got to go like this, but yet nobody's stopping you from going back up there. I mean, it's the craziest thing, your mentality.
So here is the deer steak. And I'm going to let it rest. And then we're going to pull a carving board out here and we're going to slice it.
Slice it real thin?
Nice and thin,
Cool. Yep. Cool. Man, so that was a question he put on us today. I don't know, the beautiful mind of Joe Wilson. If you've never spent time with Joe Wilson, it's a beautiful, beautiful mind of his. Mark Lambert says the raging torrent. What is the mind of Joe Wilson? We've talked about the file cabinets,
right?
That men have file cabinets and women too, and a lot of times women keep their file cabinets open,
right?
Just how they're designed. It's just they keep their file cabinets open and they can pull from each file cabinet anytime.
Yep.
But there's a time where men can have their file cabinets closed, all of them.
That's right.
And just be sitting there. And then your wife goes, "What are you thinking about?" "Nothing." "What do you mean nothing?" "I mean absolutely nothing."
That's right.
If I say I'm thinking about nothing, I'm thinking about nothing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I think that's why we can get so entrenched in a movie or a
Sure.
TV show.
Because I let my brain just go.
That's right. Just let it go and focus on nothing but that.
That's right. I'm watching the Sopranos movie that just came out. Y'all seen it?
I haven't seen
the
it.
Many Saints of Newark. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome movie. I was a big Sopranos fan, so I watched this.
That was back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that was back in the day. So here I am watching the movie. My wife is not really that interested in it.
Yeah.
You know, without having to get hit when I get home, I'm just going to say that she wasn't interested in it. And she was talking. You know, she was like talking and texting. And if she got talking to me too much, I'd pause the movie.
Right.
But like, because I'm going to have to close that file cabinet and open up this one.
Open up this one over here. That's right.
Because I can't do two things at one time. Don't put on a man more than he can handle.
That's right.
You know, and I can't handle that.
That's exactly right.
So, I mean, that's just simple as I can get it. I probably made some people mad there. I don't know. But anyway, Joe Wilson has these file cabinets that nobody else has, I believe. And the way his mind works is just a beautiful thing. So,
all right, we're fixing to cut into this thing.
Please show me. So what are we looking for? Oh, okay. What are we looking for here? We're looking for a medium?
Yep, medium to medium rare, which is about exactly what that is.
I'm good with all that. Man, smells wonderful.
Yep. And this is the backstrap. So this is going to be the piece coming down right by the spine.
Yeah.
Most deer hunters, that's their favorite piece. And all that has on it is Texas beef. Now,
that's legit.
To me, that's how I want to eat deer.
I'm going to tell you what that needs. Yeah.
A little horsey sauce.
A little horsey sauce. And maybe, like, cook for breakfast, fried egg, poke the yolk, run it through there.
Be done with that.
I'm good.
Yep. I'm with you.
Anytime you can fry an egg, poke the yolk, I'm good.
Well, you know how I feel about eggs.
Yeah, that's right.
There is not much better.
Eric said, "Oh, get down. Look at that." Yeah, that's nice. Eric, you would like that. That's up your alley right there, son.
Yeah, it is. And without bragging, I did cook it almost perfectly.
I mean, I'll brag on you.
Look at that.
Texas beef?
Nothing but Texas beef.
Man, it took that seasoning well, didn't it? That's nice.
Yep.
That's real nice.
Hard to beat in the wild game world. It's hard to beat a bite like that.
Yeah. You don't get too many hunters that say, "Yeah, let me give you that backstrap." You know, that's usually the first thing eaten, right?
Yep.
I mean, ain't much better than I like that grilled now, but some good old fried backstrap.
Oh yeah.
It ain't much better.
The inner loins. So
yeah.
I started taking my son hunting when he was 6.
Yeah.
I think he killed his first deer when he was 8. And it became a tradition for he and I to take the inner loins the day that we killed the deer. And I would grill them real quick, just about like that.
Yeah.
And we would do biscuits, white gravy, the inner loins, and some eggs.
Okay.
And that became our tradition. And he and I have done that many, many times over the years when either one of us would wind up getting a deer.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
No.
That sounds like a good tradition to have.
It is. I've got a lot with him, and he is the apple of my eye.
Yeah.
And he loves all of that just as much as I do. So
Ain't that something?
Seeing that,
To get to share that with your
yep,
kid.
exactly.
That's cool, man. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That pepper, that got just enough. It took to that seasoning real well.
It really did. Yep.
I got
a little bit of that
drink.
black pepper bite to it.
Yep.
Come on, man. Help yourself with whatever you want. Want some more of that?
I'm gonna tell you.
There you go. Another one.
I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna have to just. As much as I like popsicles, I'm gonna have to eat some more before I have one.
Yep.
And so we're gonna pray tonight, but might not have popsicles right now. I'm not saying I won't have one.
Right.
And
but some more of this needs to be.
Some more of this is gonna be
down
eaten
the
first.
Right.
That's right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it tonight as much as we enjoyed giving it to you. And
Go ahead. We are going to put the pastrami brine.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna send it to Ashley and get him to put it up on the website.
And then we'll share about the house archery.
How to cook the turkey
chicken
bites.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the quote Chick-fil-A recipe.
Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
Some of that Jesus turkey.
That's right. Anything else anybody wants to know, just let us know, and we'll be happy to share it with you.
That's right. Man, it's been a fun night.
It has.
Mark Lambert, we miss you, brother. And he's visiting folks at the Jack.
Yep.
And he'll be back on Friday. And he's going to head to Boonville. I think he's cooking Friday night. And then I'll see him Saturday. Richie Livingston's got to cook on Friday night over there in the same location in Boonville. And then we're going to cook on Saturday.
Next Thursday, do we have an idea of anything we're doing yet? Okay. Then we'll let you guys know what we're going to do next
Well,
Thursday.
I mean, we got a Cajun night we need to make up.
We do need to make up Cajun night, but we might just hold off until the last.
Yeah, that's right. Because we always get off kilter if we try to make one up.
That's right.
So we'll probably just hold off till the last weekend of Thursday. Yep. I mean, last week in October, Thursday. Yep. Eric, man, I appreciate you watching tonight, brother. You know you're welcome anytime.
That's right.
Everybody, if you're within driving distance to Bahia, come on anytime Thursday night.
Look at this food, guys. We always have this much food.
Yeah.
So you guys come out and hang out with us. Have a good time. We enjoy it immensely.
Man, yeah. I tell people all the time, like, people ask, well, what do y'all ever, rehearse anything? What are y'all going to talk about? Or y'all talk about it ahead of time or what? And I go, no, we really don't. I mean, I hate to sound so unprofessional, but like, I just tell people, it's like, most of the time this was like me and Mark hanging out anyway. And we just happen to cut on the cameras.
Yep.
Y'all just happen to get to see this. And we're usually cooking or talking about food or talking about wrestling or talking about music or whatever it might be. And y'all just thank you for
the most we do ahead of time is do a little prep on the food.
Yeah. Hey, what are we cooking, man? We're throwing this together.
That's right.
And I usually ask on Monday so I can put the little teaser out there and see what's going on. But also, before we wrap up, I want to thank Highway 51 Apparel. And y'all go check out their website. And Big Muddy Outdoors, y'all come by and see me. I'm there 6 days a week, just about, sometimes. 5 days a week. Not 6 days a week. 5 days a week, most of the time. And so y'all come see me. And we'll get you in a ride if that's what you're looking for. Or come by and see me. I got barbecue rubs and barbecue sauce and grilling stuff and anything for the SCA, the top rubs on the SCA. I got all that. I got Midwest Dust. I got the Arkansas combo. I got DB 180. I got Mark Lambert stuff, Malcolm Reed stuff. Y'all come see me. We'll make it happen. And I know I'm
here,
forgetting
here
somebody.
at the shop, Mark has got just about every kind of cooking gadget.
Dude,
Smokers, grills, pull behinds. I mean, you name it. And
check
Mark has got.
Check out SSOMD. And man, I'm standing here beside this awesome cooker from Blaze. We're gonna show it off next week when it's finished, and we'll do a whole little thing about this Blaze outdoor kitchen when Mark gets back and all that. But exciting stuff coming from SSOMD, Sweet Swine of Mine Distributing right here in Byhalia. And y'all come see us anytime. Come up and say hey at any competition we're doing, and let's pray and have a blessed night.
Sounds good.
Our gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for this time together. Thank you for these people that are watching. Lord, just bless their homes and be with them. Lord, just be with those that are sick, especially our good friend Shane Fickbaum. Lord, just cover him, protect him, keep your healing hand on him, Lord. Just be with his family and give them comfort, and family and friends. Thank you for this food we had, and Lord, just thank you for this fellowship, and may we come back and do it again all for you next week. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, it's been a fun time. Jeff Maynard, you did good, son. Look.
I can't live up to Mark's shoes, but
look.
But hey, we had fun. That's all that matters.
He only wears a size 10. I mean, come on. He's just a 6-time world champion.
That's right.
Have you ever heard Eric Hodson say that about, it was before he won the other two, and he was like, Eric did a promo cut, and he said, I'm a 3-time world champion. And Mark Lambert come over there and said, well, my name is Mark Lambert, and I'm a 4-time. And to hear Eric say it is just hilarious. All right. But now, we'll see y'all next week. Y'all come back and join us. Old School with Mark and Ashley. For me, Ashley Henson and Jeff Maynard, we out. See y'all later.
Thank you,
God
guys.
bless. Love people. Love God. Out.